let's talk about the Denver Broncos, Brandon, because you actually have some good news to end the year. And it's not like we're just going to be some lazy clip show right now and just like recap our year. We got news to break. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos.
Yes. Okay. So this week, Nathaniel Hackett fired. We know that. Wasn't fun. They bring in Rosberg as interim head coach. Watched his presser last night. Liked the cut of his jib. Like the energy he's bringing. He fires the special teams coach because he's like, I've been a special teams coach my whole life. That guy sucks. And offensive line coach, gone. Then Shannon Sharp comes out, just really going after Russ. Just really laying into him, talking about the parking spots, the office, how he doesn't have the locker room, and then like reassuring listeners that since he used to be a Bronco, he knows what he's talking about. So I'm like, I'm going to listen to Shannon Sharp. I trust him. Then Barstool puts out a hit piece on Russell Wilson, basically just saying the same shit Shannon Sharp said. So, nothing new for the season. Everything goes bad. Let's pile on Russ. Let's play a game and repeat. It's been the story of the season. What has not been the story of the season, Tom, is Broncos players finally coming to Russell Wilson's defense. First, it was Jerry Jeudy tweeting. I was like, okay, this is nice to see. He's backing up his quarterback. Then Melvin Gordon, who's on the Chiefs, also comes to Russ's defense. So I can't say much because we're playing this week. But yeah, lay off Russ, man. And then it was all the receivers. It was KJ Hamler, by the way. KJ Hamler. It was Kendall Hinton. And I was like, oh, wow, where the hell has this been all season? Then in the locker room, same day, Jerry Jeudy.
I'm just tired of reading things about my boy and making it seem like, oh, he's not a good teammate. He don't other unnecessary stuff that's not true. And I just want to get it out the air like that he is a good teammate, and he is a hardworking teammate. And I just feel like I just needed to get that out there because there's a lot of false narratives going around here that I'm getting tired of seeing. Just being around Russ, he's a guy that just keeps me motivated. Just the way he go about his business, the way he carry himself, the way he do things around here, it just show the true leader and the true pro he is. So having a guy like that, you really see how to really become a pro.
Yeah. Now, what does this mean? Okay, what does this actually mean? First thing it means is Russ can't even have his players defend him correctly, Tom, because as soon as that stuff started coming out, everyone's like, oh, that's sus. Oh, all of the guys defending him the same day. Little too late. Seems pretty forced. Let's make some memes about Russ holding a gun to their head and forcing them to defend him. So he can't even be defended right. That's how bad it is for Russell Wilson right now.
But you know what? So like listening to all of that, I kind of get it. I kind of get why they haven't come out earlier, because everything that they said is like, that could be true also in terms of like, because they really said like, listen, he works really hard, right? He's a good teammate. He's trying his best. He's like giving it his all. He lives in his office because like he's dedicated to the game. All of that could be true. And he could also suck.
Well, yeah.
So like, I think that's just like two things existing, because I think the narrative has gone from Russell Wilson sucks to let's take his like quirky personality. Let's take all these like weird things that he does and ball that into one and make it like, oh, he's also a sucky person. I never thought that Russell Wilson was a sucky person or entitled or only he's got an offense or like an office and parking spaces. That's just stupid. I think it's just like, hey, the guy is not playing football well. And listen, he's not the only reason why, but he's a major part. And he was thought to be like the savior of the Broncos this offseason. And he hasn't lived up to that promise. But now, and teammates probably are pissed, but at the same time, they'd be like, well, you're not also going to like slander his character.
Yeah, it would have been nice if like that happened a little earlier in the season.
Sure.
But like so many of these players along with Russ were also getting crucified. So like Melvin Gordon ripped to shreds by Denver media. Jerry Jeudy under scrutiny, has been basically since he arrived in Denver. He's never lived down the game where he had a bunch of drops. And my other take from this is it kind of feels like Jerry Jeudy is the leader, at least amongst the other skill players, because as soon as he came out and defended Russ, all the other receivers did, and including Melvin Gordon, because in the season, I think the only guy who really stuck up for Russ was Dalton Reisner. So I think like you talk about leadership in locker rooms. To me, I'm like, well, maybe Jerry's kind of the leader there.
Sure.
And that was like an interesting, I don't know, nugget. But and he also tweeted, like, if we were winning, nobody would be ripping Russ for any of this stuff. And it's true. We've said that we've said that 100 times here. Every week, every other week, we say it. But it just felt good that after seeing Russ go through the ringer yet again, some teammates had his back for once. I'm not saying it means everything's fixed. I'm not saying the locker room, everybody loves Russ. I'm just saying, finally, we got some guys being like, just shut up. Leave him alone for like 1 week. 1 week.
But that's the thing too, right? I feel like this Shannon Sharp 100%, right? Has plenty of contacts in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to dissuade that at all.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there are only so many people in that locker room that actually know what's going on. They're the only ones who know the dynamic of the locker room. And there could be like, whispers and like people who could say things and sources and all that great stuff. And that's wonderful. And that's how sometimes we get a lot of our information, because we went through this with Rodgers. Like when Kurt was there, it was like, oh, like everybody was coming after Rodgers because it was the vaccine thing. It was the COVID thing. It was everything that was like piling up.
Yeah.
And like, it kind of created a crap storm. And Kurt's like, he's been nothing but nice to me. And listen, he may have been like not so nice to other people. Like, I don't have those stories. But it's just, again, there's only so many people in that locker room that could actually like take the temperature of it and go like, hey, this is who he is in the locker room, on the team, as a player, etc.
Yeah. I don't think he's like, I think the celebrity thing is part of it. And maybe like there are some people who don't love that aspect of it. But I don't think Russ is like a player who puts that ahead of trying to be a good football player. You know what I mean? So, and Russ can't win because if he tries to rehab too hard on an airplane, he's an idiot. He doesn't play well. It's because he's too much of a celebrity. He's not trying. It's like all that stuff. And none of it.
If you're winning,
he just hasn't been good.
Thing.
And more than anything, he's just declined athletically. He's not faster than everyone anymore. He can't escape disastrous situations. I think like the interim coach coming in, and one of the first things he does, and these were his calls. Like, I didn't even know this week, but they bring him in, and like his first two decisions were to fire special teams and O-line. And that should tell you how bad those things were. And he addressed it. It was like, I like the O-line coach, but it's not working. And right away, that's like, if he comes in and makes those with like 2 games left in the season, like, you don't have to do it right now. But if he comes in, it's like, these things are so bad, we have to fix it immediately just to get through these next 2 weeks. Like, it's a bad stuff on top of Russ not playing as well. And Sharp said that, like, he's declining athletically. That's the real issue, is how do you figure out how he can play well moving forward, knowing he can't escape every sack anymore. And he's not outrunning guys and taking a lot of bad sacks because of that. And I don't know.
Maybe then it just takes like, hey, okay, where is Russell Wilson? Because you were expecting to get the Russell Wilson of old. You didn't get him. So now it's like, okay, is this salvageable where you could actually accommodate to his skill set where it is right now? And can he be an efficient player? Now, again, some people will look at that and be like, well, we don't want an efficient player. We want a great player because that's how much we're paying him. That's why we made this big trade. And that's very fair. Like, that's very valid. It's just going to be a matter of, how good can Russell Wilson be on the Broncos? And that is a question that's going to be lingering all offseason. And whatever coach they bring in, like, that's going to be like number one on the priority list. But I can 100%, I don't think he's going to get cut. I don't think he's going to get cut after this, like in this offseason. I don't think, like, post June 1st, I don't think it's going to happen. But I do think a new head coach will come in. And like I said before, like, they could bench him if he doesn't play well, and then he's gone next season.
No, I mean, it's I'll have a video up after the show about how they could cut him and all the things they would have to do, but I don't think they will either. And I don't think he deserves to be cut this offseason. Yes, everything went wrong this year. And because of that, and I'm going to be very careful as I say this, I don't think it could get worse.
Clip it.
I don't think it could get worse.
Clip it.
Because even if their record is worse next year, then you get to draft the guy to replace him. Anyway, I desperately need Russell Wilson on my team. It's fun. As much as it's painful, it's also fun.
But did you just curse yourself?
It can't get worse, can it?
Wait a minute.
No way this could get any worse. December 30th, 2022, it will not get any worse for the Denver Broncos moving forward. And you know what? Here's another bold prediction. The Broncos will beat the Chiefs this Sunday. Guaranteed.
Hey, Brandon.
It's crazy. Oh, that's the dumbest thing you've said. Not even close to the top 20 dumbest things I've said in the last 2 months. All right. I am used to, at this point, as a football talker, I can't look any stupider. So they will beat the Chiefs this week.
More stupid.
Why? Are they a better team? No, not even close. Not even close. They have nothing going for them. But we got a new head coach. We got this team hitting rock bottom. But we've got guys galvanizing behind Russell Wilson for the first time since, I don't know, 2013 maybe, 2014. I don't know the last time guys came out and supported Russell Wilson. And all of that is going to feed his confidence. And we're going to get that weird sort of boost from our new coach. And we're going to beat the Chiefs. Because also, they're a little banged up this week. They got some guys on the old injury report, which they basically avoided all season long. One of the healthiest teams in the NFL. Get ready to eat some crow. And that crow is not named Cheryl. It's Russell. Let's fly, Broncos country. Let's fly. Also, as long as we change that slogan, I think things will be better.